So they skipped 720 degrees and they just said, "Fuck it, we're going to infinity."
Yeah, I mean, what do you make? Then what do you make your next console?
The Great Beyond.
That wasn't very.
Yeah, forward thinking of them.
Forward thinking, but that's cool. We can talk about that.
Infinity plus 1. Are they going to go into
the infinity divided by 0?
Are they going to go into unreal numbers where it's all infinity that you can't count?
Fuck, I don't know. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome
Hi,
to
Brennan.
the first in a very long time. Yeah, version 2, edition 3, chapter 1, Turbo Championship Edition 2013 Arcade Edition.
Scene 1, Act
VGZCast.
1, Epilogue, Prologue.
Ultimate.
Forward.
Of course. Brennan here, of course. And joining me this evening are my fine co-hosts, Senor Deadpool, who
Hello.
was choking, Callie, who is a new member of the podcast. I don't remember Callie joining us on the original podcasts.
I did
I might be wrong.
a bit.
Oh, okay.
Just
Well, then
don't
fuck. Rook, who is a new member of the podcast,
Hello.
and who may or may not be joining us on a regular basis.
I will
considering
be
time
a
schedule.
semi-permanent guest resident.
There you go. That's better. And I have, of course, Chocolate, who's being the MC at the moment by streaming for us. Thank you, Chocolate.
Yeah.
What was that?
So, wow. So this hopefully will be the continuation, and we will be more consistent, hopefully, with the podcast this year. We have many awesome things planned. And by many awesome things planned, I am lying my ass off. We all ad-lib this shit, so it doesn't really go all that well all the time. But no, actually, we do have some things planned, so I lied. Yeah. What
No
idea?
Weetabix.
You have an idea, Deadpool? Okay, we can talk about that idea later. Sure.
This is post-Weetabix.
Post Weetabix. Yeah, we're post Weetabix now.
Like post-punk.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so welcome back to the podcast. We're going to try to stay on a normal schedule and do normal podcasty-like things like we've done previously. Which is included but not limited to ranting and raving like bumbling idiots as usual.
Oh, yeah.
Going over events in the gaming news that make us talking as if we are awesome people and yet have no grasp on gaming or the gaming industry whatsoever, and generally sit around drinking beers and having a good time. I'm drinking a beer at least. I don't know about you guys. Maybe
I already did that.
Okay, awesome.
I feel like it.
Here. Right on. So I guess we'll get right to the normal scope of things. And I know previously we started off with this every podcast, and I like the tradition, so we're going to stick with the tradition. And that is, of course, asking what everybody in our chat is playing. Now, obviously, Chocolate is playing Uncharted Waters 2, which I've actually never heard of.
Yeah, it's subtitles New Horizons. It doesn't actually have 2 in the title, but it is a sequel.
Okay.
Is it a sequel to Uncharted Drake's Quest?
It's a sequel on the Super NES to a PS3 game. It's
Interesting.
That would be the best sequel.
It actually had a lot. It actually had a lot of production. Production was very expensive.
It looks like
time
it.
Travel.
It actually looks really good. Oh, the time travel. Yeah, I'm sure that costed them pretty penny. I'm not going to lie. I wonder if they ever recoup. I don't know if they've ever recouped that cost, considering I've never heard of it, and I'm pretty normally known about games and shit.
Shit, Koei don't have no money.
Chocolate. Did they have voice actors record the lines, and then they typed those lines in after they recorded the lines?
Well, in the future, when they funded this project, people have actually evolved beyond the use of keyboards, so yeah, they just recorded everything.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Did a
That's
speech
amazing.
to text thing.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Deadpool, what have you been playing recently? Because I haven't seen you stream recently, unfortunately.
Oh boy, you should be counting yourself lucky then.
Oh wait, no, you were streaming Final Fantasy VI the other day, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's my stream
Final
for the
Fantasy
rest
3?
of the year.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, that's
so
unfortunate.
Yep.
So,
you knew what you were doing.
you knew what you were committing to.
It was a request, and now I have to finish it. It's sometimes, once in a while, I'll get an RPG where I'm like, I can beat this. 10 years later, maybe I can beat this. But maybe I'll just do a 48-hour stream to finish it off later this month.
That won't be enough.
That probably won't be enough.
No. See,
No, you can do it.
I do an hour a day for the rest of the next few weeks, and then
Depends
I
on
do a
how
48 hour
much-
to finish it off.
Okay, yeah.
Depends
no,
how
that-
much you loaf
that might-
around.
Well, he's going for all characters, right?
I don't fucking know. I'm going
I'm gonna
for.
make him.
I've never played this game before.
Okay.
I'm gonna make him, so yes.
Oh yeah, so that's what I've been playing.
Right on.
Oh, besides Uncharted Waters, I've been playing Fire Emblem Awakening.
Ah, nifty.
It's really fun.
That's
Not
that's
Fire
cool.
Emblem.
I also have been playing Fire Emblem Awakening, which has been quite fun. What about you, Callie? You said obviously you're playing your normal Death Central. I know that's your sort of your
It's my workout, yeah.
yeah, it's your workout.
I've been trying to get better at Mortal Kombat because the scene around here is getting bigger and bigger, and I would hope to be Evo worthy at some point. So and beyond that, I'm trying to finish with BioShock 2 before Infinite comes out. I already beat it, but I'm trying to beat it on hard. So
That's a good idea. I actually should probably bust out my copy, and I'm not gonna have enough time actually. Maybe I'll watch some. Maybe I'll just watch a Let's Play, or if you play it on stream, I'll watch you play it. Are you still playing it on stream? Because I know you were at one point.
I will probably stream what I'm playing tomorrow. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Well, then I shall watch. Oh, tomorrow's Monday. Sweet. I just realized that. I just started my weekend off.
Yeah,
Oh,
happy
shit.
President's Day to be.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy President's Day. You know, Washington
yeah.
and Lincoln and shit. You know, we didn't want to celebrate all their birthdays separately, so we decided
To name a
celebrate.
few. You know.
Yeah, no. Go figure.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Rook.
Obama. You made us forget our presidents.
Yeah, I know, right? He made us forget all the presidents because he's, him. Anyways, Rook, what about yourself, sir? Since you're the new guy.
Yeah, I've been trying really hard to get my money's worth out of Max Payne 3, and it's a challenge.
Is that? Sorry, go on.
It took a root canal in order to get it to work.
A root canal?
Essentially, I had to go in and alter things in the game files.
Oh, God. Yeah, that sounds like a root canal to me. Brutal.
Okay,
before we go,
you're saying?
before we go on, I want to talk about Brojo. What Brojo's been streaming.
Well, what has Brojo been streaming? I actually.
Oh man, it's so fucking cool. It's a ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red, but it's based off of the TV series.
He actually rage quit today, but he said he might pick it up again.
Oh yeah,
that's right. I've been seeing him in and out streaming a Pokemon games, but I didn't know exactly what was going on, so that's interesting.
He was trying to do Pokemon League with his team of canon Pokemon, so he had like Pikachu, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle fighting level 70 Bellsprout, and so.
Oh God.
So
It's
that
fine,
was
Brojo.
Yeah, it looks really fun. I have to say.
I think.
And there's apparently, I was looking up on the forums that he linked me to about the game, like where it's from, and there's a ROM hack that's the Orange League. Now, the Orange League doesn't use Pokemon battles. They have like fucking mini games.
Huh.
So it's kind of interesting to see how they're trying to implement all these mini games into the Pokemon code. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see that streamed at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So for me, I've been playing Shenmue on stream, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Which hopefully I'll continue later.
Excuse me. Have you seen
excuse me.
any blah, 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 blah,
Have you seen
lucky-
have you seen any trailers?
Excuse
I also
me.
earlier today, I don't know if it was, I don't know who was watching, but I beat Sengoku, which is an SNK beat 'em up earlier today.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
I've
I
heard
saw
of
that.
I beat that in about
I didn't see it, but I've heard of that
half
game.
an hour to 45 minutes or so. It's fucking. I think I spent about $25 in continues. In all honesty, but honestly though, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was a very generic beat 'em up, but it was a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
That was
Most beat 'em ups are very.
Oh, Brojo, that's Uncharted 4. The water.
Two. Christ.
it's Uncharted
okay,
4.
you're being funny.
Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is making Uncharted 4 already, and this is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward. To playing some more games this week too, actually. Which I guess rolls us nicely along into the next section of the podcast, which we usually cover, and that is, of course, releases. Now, February has been a very, very light release month. Really has not been that many games released. I mean, if you think about it, last week we had Aliens, which really isn't
Was
a game.
that really
Oh my
released, or did we just imagine that?
We might have imagined it. I don't know. It's a good question. We might as
the
well
developers
have
imagine their sales.
Oh.
and then earlier this month, of course, we had Dead Modern Warfare 3,
Dead Bunner.
which came out, and I think a lot of people were very unhappy. Well, I think a lot of the fan base was unhappy about it. And the reviewers like, "Oh, this is an improvement over the original games."
What is it?
A
Dead Space 3.
lot of reviewers, Dead Space 3. A lot of
Oh,
reviewers.
I thought you said. Okay,
He did. He was making a
He
joke.
did
God
now.
damn
Making a
it.
joke.
okay, I missed it.
Sorry. I think a lot of people are not very happy with it, from what I have read. Of reviewers were giving it like 80s and saying, "Oh, it's great improvements," blah 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 blah. But I know
Doritos.
Pretty wasn't very happy about it, from what
I wasn't
remember.
happy with it either.
And looking at it, I went, "That's
Universal
not
ammo.
Dead Space." He's rolling around and he's like really fucking mobile. Like, that's not that character. Like,
Yeah,
part of what I
no.
remember the original Dead Space being is you had to be in a big ass fucking spacesuit, and that was the reason why your character moves so slow. And it was part of the game. It was part of the, oh fuck, if I bum rush into this room, I can't get out that easily because I'm a little bulky. And to see the game kind of change gears, in my opinion, not so cool.
Oh no, they not in your opinion. They admitted it that it's not a horror game anymore. It's an action game.
Oh, that's really stupid.
And
I
they're
think
saying,
Companies do that.
they're saying that more than that, this is the way the game was always going.
Well, then the developers are really missing what actually sold about their game,
Yeah.
and that is poor, to say the least.
Oh, on the other hand, to play devil's advocate, because it's what I do,
Sure.
if they had released another, atmospheric horror game with the same enemies and whatnot, maybe with a little bit of embellishment, how much would we have been appreciative of that?
What do you mean action horror? That's what the
Or,
first
no,
10 were.
yeah, the
I
immersive.
don't know. I lost
horror.
interest after the first one.
Yeah, like if it had been another Dead Space 1 or 2, then why would we have bought 3?
Well, I think wasn't there a story to be continued. I mean, I didn't really play through 2.
I don't know.
There's
I
a
think
story
the
to be
story got
continued.
wrapped up pretty good.
The story
One.
was in 1. The story was okay, but it's like it's a like the whole thing with the story is it's a grim darkness kind of thing where it's like like even though you did this, humanity's still fucked because everyone believes in this crazy major religion that fucked everything up in the first place.
Mm.
And then in
Love
2 and
that.
3, it's like
an
they continue that.
allegory.
Yeah.
The lion was Jesus. Just saying. Anyways, so coming out this week, which I think is a little more pertinent.
Yes.
Not pertinent. Well, yeah, I guess it is pertinent.
Anticipated.
A little more anticipated is, of course, Platinum Games' Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance,
Oh yeah.
which I'm actually pretty excited about. I got that special edition coming in, which I'm pretty stoked about. I want that fucking plasma lamp. Also coming out is Crisis 3, which, from everything I've seen, looks pretty good, but it is another Crisis game, in my opinion. I mean, it looks nice. It looks like Crisis, but I don't know. I kind of lost interest in Crisis after the first one. I can't say too much, I guess.
I'll link you a mod that you might find.
Oh, is that the Crisis 2 mod?
I think it's the Crisis 1 mod, actually. That the Vietnam.
Oh man, yes.
It looks so good. It's the best looking Vietnam oriented shooter that I've ever seen. Because I mean it's Crisis.
Right.
All the good particle physics, all the good
right.
Or satisfactory physics,
Right on. And
I'll
then
throw that
finally,
up in the
there's
chat.
one more game coming out this week, which is actually the last PSP game that will be released.
That's kind of depressing.
Which is pretty depressing. I mean, it's the end of an era. Did not really do the 10-year lifespan like the PS1 and PS2 did, Well, I guess actually technically no, because Patapon is coming out next week, isn't it? Patapon 3 is coming out next week, isn't it?
Oh, jeez, that's still not
I think
out?
it is. So Patapon 3 will actually be the last release, but this is the last one that'll actually have a physical release. I do not believe Patapon 3 is going to have a physical box release. And that is Haku Oki? Haku Oki. Yeah, we'll go with that. Warriors of the Sengubi. Which Brightside actually was talking in the stream with me yesterday. Apparently it's going to be a pretty good action samurai type warrior game. So take that for what you will. Obviously, if you're a PSP fan and you know about the game, you're probably buying it anyways. And then finally, next week, we kind of have the big, sort of the and surprisingly, once again, not many releases. Not many releases this month. The final set of releases is next week, which is BioShock Infinite, obviously for PC, PS3, and 360. Ken Levine coming back to life with Irrational Games on that one. I think a lot of people are excited for it. We'll probably talk some more about it next week, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, looking forward to March a little bit. There's, a lot of different releases in March. I'm sure this may change, considering, what we might hear later on in the conversation here, depending on what happens with that. I know I kind of just ran through it and we talked about it a little bit, but I know I have Metal Gear Solid Rising, which is getting release date delivery from Amazon. I'm also got the BioShock Infinite, the special edition, not the fucking Uber edition pack. What about you guys? You guys got any of these releases coming up?
Yeah, I already pre-bought BioShock.
Right on. Did you buy? Which one did you buy? You just buy the regular copy?
Just a regular one. I don't need a Songbird statue. I'm good.
Well, yeah, I didn't get the Songbird statue. I got the other one, the one that doesn't have the statue in it, because I don't need a statue. But
I currently have a Marcus bobblehead in front of my TV from the Borderlands 2 Collector's Edition, so I'm good on that.
Yeah, I have. I actually have the slime from the Dragon Quest. Was it Dragon Quest 6 that came out on the 3DS or the DS last year or earlier this year?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, or Dragon Quest 9. Sorry, 6, 9. Whatever. Same difference. Backwards, upside down.
9's been out a while.
Anyways, so I got the slime, which is on my desk. He is constantly on my desk. Let's see. What about everybody else? Venom is getting Metal Gear Revengeance and Crisis 3. It's on your list to buy at release? Okay. That's cool. Anybody else in chat buying? I know Deadpool, are you picking up any of the games? You picking up Metal Gear Solid?
I'm all for it.
Taking that as a no. Taking that as a no. Okay, fair enough.
I might go
actually
halfsies on it with Floppy because we're both kind of into it, but
right
I'm budgeting real hardcore right now, so.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I wish I could go halfsies with somebody because I don't know anybody with a 360 near me.
What do you need a 360 for? It's on PS3. It's gonna be the better edition, anyways. F-Zero is buying stereotypical pretentious indie game. I wouldn't have doubted that. Shockley,
there's lots of games I want to buy. Etrian Odyssey 4 I played the demo. It's pretty damn good.
Oh, is the demo on eShop?
Yeah.
Oh,
and you actually get to keep your save or whatever.
Oh, nice.
You can
Well,
only get
that was the
level
cool.
10 now.
Wow. That was the cool thing I thought with the what was it, the Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires demo is the edit mode demo, and you get to take those characters that you create into the game when it comes out. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's cool. I'll probably
Just the Animal Crossing, the new one of those is.
That's
I don't know when
still
that's
way
coming
away.
out, but look, I want it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
There's all these games I want, but I can't afford. So I'm probably gonna have to do without for a while.
I feel you. Let's see.
Jesus, Callie.
Where?
A slime.
Oh, Callie.
Brojo, it's on the PSN network. You can go download it right now. It's been up for I think this week. It's been up since the beginning of this week. Oh fuck, my 3DS's battery is dead. Well, fuck. Okay. All right. So that was the releases this week, and I guess that'll start bringing us into topics that we're going to discuss this week. News stories, that normal sort of stuff that we've talked about in the middle section of the podcast. Usually, sort of our juice of the podcast, if you will, or meat of the podcast. I guess that's a better way of putting it, right? So
Juicy
first
said
off, we'll talk about the obvious thing that is pretty big coming up on the 20th.
You what?
What Venom? Politics. No. What's what?
What's
Go
the
away.
20th?
I'll talk to you later. 20th. Oh, I don't know. There's something big. I think there's something's happening on the 20th.
Something Sony related is happening on the 20th.
I think I'm going to the
Uh-oh.
doctor's office on the 20th. I think that was the big news.
What is?
No, I'm just playing. I'm going to the doctor's
PS4
office.
announcement? I don't know.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Sony is doing this. You're right there, chocolate.
You gonna live,
Okay.
chocolate?
Chocolate, you good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hit yourself in the stomach. or
Choking
something.
on
Don't hit
dicks.
yourself in the stomach. It's a bad
I'm
idea.
joking.
Oh,
God.
God.
I'm
That is
so
cute.
sorry, chocolate.
1 sec.
All right. Hopefully chocolate's okay. So big announcement. Well, don't know if it's a big announcement. We just know Sony is having an event on the 20th. With
$5 says they don't even show the console.
I'm with you. I was actually going to go one step further. I know everybody's hyping PS4. I'm really thinking that they're going to hold off for E3 for the PS4. I'm thinking they're going to do, and thanks ISO for cutting me off and saying it in chat. I really think they're going to be doing this new V. No, I'm honestly serious. There is this thing going around that there is a new SKU for the Vita in a lot of systems, and it has HDMI out. It's it's supposed to be a little bit thinner, and there is it's supposed to be a little. It's not supposed to be more powerful, but it's supposed to be a nice upgrade. Kind of. It's sort of like PSP 2000 from the PSP 1000.
Oh, so it's I was gonna joke. So it's the Vita 2.
Yeah, basically the Vita 2000, sir.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think they'd hype, that.
I
up
think they
that
might
much.
at the end.
They hyped
might
PSP Go, and it was.
Oh, by the way, here's the PS4, and give us like a concept art shot and say, watch for E3. We're gonna detail it more then. That sort of thing. Because honestly, they could do their own release thing. I just don't. I don't know. It's tough. Honestly, until the 20th actually happens. Because I really am thinking this entire time, Sony's just been the masterful technician of fucking giving all this little false information out to, get all of the major news company or major gaming news groups to, put in news stories and go, new sneak peek. Because notice everybody has different information. You notice that, right? Some people are saying the controller looks like this. Other people say the controller looks like this. Some people say that the physical drive is going to be this or that, and it's this and that and this and that, and everybody has all these different fucking theories about what the fuck it's going to be. Nobody actually knows, and I think Sony's actually played the really good misdirection card, but we'll figure it out on the 20th, I have a feeling. But I guess we can talk more about what we can kind of do a quick overview of these rumored spec things that we've seen. The more recent one that was sort of over the past day or so was the what is it? The GameX thing. I can't pronounce it. The streaming service that they purchased, that Sony purchased last year.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
for
about.
$300 million. Saying that the PS4 is going to stream PS3 games, be able to stream PS3 games through that process. Now, Guy K, something like that, seems like a very plausible thing. I mean, honestly, we all know that the PS4 is not going to be backwards compatible with the PS3. They just can't do it. They can't put a cell processor board inside the new PS4 without it costing $699. So this seems like a very likely scenario. The Wall Street Journal put it out. I don't really believe anything the Wall Street Journal says anymore when it comes to video games, but makes sense. It would be a good way to do it. The only concern I personally have is I have a really cool rack over here with all my PS3 games. How the fuck am I going to stream said PS3 games?
Very carefully.
Because I don't want to rebuy all my fucking PS3 games.
With the internet.
It takes a little bit to read a Blu-ray disc. My latency is going to be a little high. So, I'm interested to see if that's it. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, how do what's that service that Cyrus uses to stream games?
Who uses?
Cyrus uses to stream modern games off of the net.
Game Tap, Game
Game
Wiki.
It was using fucking On Live.
I think that might be it. Maybe.
Okay.
But it was through like a browser kind of thing.
Yeah, no, On Live is through
On Live
a
is
browser.
weird.
But it works. So I'm saying that could be how they're trying to do it. Yeah, because then they just purchased that company that did that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna try and dig this up.
So
Wasn't
F-Zero,
there-
here's...
Black Ops 2, weren't they using an incumbent streaming software for that?
They were-ish. They were using a special type of streaming software to go into it. F-Zero put in his suggestion that it's going to be reading a Blu-ray, tying a game to the account, rendering the disc useless. Won't work. Main reason, there's no unique serial numbers on the discs.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All the discs do not have unique serial numbers, so I could basically... And, honestly, I kind of hope that happens, so then I can ask my buddy, who has a very large collection of PS3 games in comparison to me, borrow his games and fucking bring them over and fucking put all of them on the service.
If you were that dedicated to stream them, yeah.
Well, no, this is streaming to your computer. You also can't render a disc. What do you mean by render disc useless? You can't, I can't burn, the PS3 doesn't have anything to burn the Blu-ray disc onto, burn anything onto it. I don't understand what you mean render disc useless. There's nothing it can do that for. You'd have to assume that the people who are playing
you're listening to F-Zero.
I know. He calls me a cheater because I beat him in Mario Party the other day. I got beat him fair and square in Mario Party 2, and he calls me a cheater. Asshole. Anyway, so let's see what else is on the PS4 docket that we've seen. There was the fucking patent that somebody brought back up. That was actually a patent that was that was registered last year or the year before that. That was the iPad, IYE pad, which I honestly don't think Sony is that blatant. I don't think they're gonna do it.
You really don't think Sony's that blatant?
No, I don't. I don't think they're that blatant. I think they've stolen things here and there, and I will be the biggest I can be the biggest Sony fanboy ever, but I can't deny the fact that they didn't take motion control the same way the Wiimote was made. But maybe they think of a concept with it. The one thing, the original concept did not have a touchscreen in that patent. The patent does not describe a touchscreen, so I don't think that I don't think Sony's going to do one without a touchscreen if they did one, because that'd be silly. I do think that they might make the Vita a Wii Pad type thing with the PS3. That could be a possibility. Bring over your Vita and be the pad. Because you can do that right now with some games. Some games are compatible. I can actually play the Shadow Colossus Ico Pack. I could play that on my Vita right now, interfacing with my PS3 over my network.
That's just so fucking cool.
It is. It's really cool. They just need to do it more. And the really cool thing with the Wii U, and I'm sure we'll talk about Nintendo at some point this afternoon, evening. The cool thing with the Wii, that a lot of those games that was in that recent Nintendo Direct, which I'm sure we'll go over, actually, we need to go over that. All of them were preaching about the fact that you could play it specifically on the pad. So that was cool. So anyways, what else we have? The controller. All the thousands of different mock-ups of controllers that we've seen.
Oh, the
one,
PS4 one.
the PS4 controller. The one controller we've actually seen a picture of. The mock-up that was on Reddit that somebody did that I think looks like a really awesome concept, and everybody else is kind of like, eh. The only thing I'm concerned about with the controller is as long as they let me do backwards compatibility with all the fucking accessories that I already own for my PS3, I don't give a fuck about the PS4 controller. My opinion.
Gotta get that Wonder Book some use.
Yeah, man, I gotta get that Wonder Book. No.
Rock Band and such.
Well, Rock Band. No, specifically like fight
Rock
sticks.
Band is so dead.
It's
Like
so
fight
gone.
Fight sticks, and specifically, I still want my 3DS, my DS3. You know, I want my DualShock 3 controller. I'm one of the only people apparently in the chat who actually likes the DualShock 3.
I love
don't-
DualShock. Fuck everyone else.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
used
a lot
to,
of people hate it.
but the problem is like the controller just doesn't fit as comfortably in my hands as the 360 one does. And it's just like I've just gotten so used to the 360 controller, and I use the DualShock now, and it feels small.
When I use
And
the DualShock, it's
I have giant hands, so
Because you have to
I'm-
angle both of your thumbs inwards instead of one straight forward and the other
And the
inward.
L2 R2 still pisses me
Yeah.
off every time I use it.
set it down on the table and you accidentally shoot an NPC.
Yeah.
That's why you pause first, goddamn.
Can't pause in Dark Souls.
Well, it's better
Well,
than
that's
having
all playing
think
Dark
of-
Souls.
think of it this way. The DualShock 3 is a bit of an upgrade from the DualShock 2. You wouldn't want the DualShock 2 in modern day games.
Yeah.
I've been playing on the DualShock 2 today because I was playing those PS2 games.
I don't
like
see
it as
the
much.
R2's actual like pressure sensitivity taken full advantage of these days. So I wouldn't mind them being replaced with buttons, so I'd get faster response time.
The only problem is then the shooters, people who do shooters, are going to be like,
Don't
why
shoot
did
with
you
the
do
R2
that?"
or the L2 though.
In like Modern Warfare, you do in like the Call of Duty games.
No, that's R1.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Call of Duty.
No, I haven't played the Sony ports, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's always the R1 and L1 because otherwise you're putting your trigger finger in a weird position.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, realistically speaking, they can't like rip off the. They can't
360.
rip off the 360 controller and make the triggers like that. Okay, fair enough. Oh, Venom, why the fuck would you do that to yourself? Damn. No, and you know, honestly, I know with like Uncharted, you use the R1. I know with like the Yakuza series, or at least like Dead Souls and such. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense actually. Okay. Anything else with the PS4 we could possibly think of? I know. The one thing is doing the whole DRM thing, but that's still kind of like nobody knows exactly what's going to happen with that. So really, we shouldn't be.
We all heard about
it 'cause somebody knows.
the possibility of them having a button on it that lets you
The
stream
share
directly to
button.
Twitch.
The share button. I don't
Yeah.
see. Here's the thing. I
Oof.
don't think Sony is that short-sighted. And hear me out. I just don't think. Unless they are actually going to go for the hardcore gamer demographic full out, I just don't see it happening. Because and this is my opinion, and I'm in a wait-and-see mode for this next generation of consoles. If you asked me 6 months ago, before all the rumors started swirling around, I was like, I'm buying the PS4 on launch, unless the launch titles are complete crap. And the reason being is because it seems like both companies are starting to take less of a gaming stance and more of the home entertainment stance that we all just absolutely know and love. You know,
Oh, yeah.
paying for that gold membership for that Netflix.
Got my
Yeah,
3D TV.
no, fuck that.
Oh yeah, I want my 3D TV and I want my fucking camera to follow me around the room, which we're gonna get to in a second.
Big Brother and whatnot.
Yeah.
Got my.
So that's my
Kinect.
concern, and I am in a really big wait and see mode. Maybe the 20th will convince me otherwise, but as it stands right now, I am not looking at buying the PS4. I think I might just fill my PS3 backlog up and then go and do something else. You all right there, chocolate?
Nope. Dead.
Dead.
I thought.
What if it's $599 US?
We could talk after the 20th event about that one. Anyways,
Sales will
all
be
right,
shit,
onward and
yeah.
upward. Now we're gonna go on to talk about something that I still am not kind of interested in. So I'll let Deadpool lead this one off.
Oh, what's this?
The next topic of discussion there about Destiny.
Oh man.
Oh man,
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
I share your excitement.
So Destiny. Now, I'm not sure if everyone's aware of Destiny's. At this point, they've been working on Destiny since before Reach. They've been working on it since before ODST. They were throwing around the idea. Okay, so Halo's cool, and we like what we did with Halo's community, because basically Halo's Xbox Live community thing started off how Xbox Live grew to be today. Which you could also say that the PlayStation Online Network kind of evolved from that as well. Like they all took inspiration from it, and so they were trying to think of, okay, so we've got another story we got to do. We've done Marathon, which, like, the whole thing behind the names of the games and everything is about these fucking three swords from the story of Durandal. So they're all like all the stories are all about these three swords, and the swords are the AIs in each game. Durandal, Cortana, and they haven't decided. The community's kind of split. So the game's going to be console, PS3, 360 only, always online,
Which is fucking bullshit.
Always online, which is for a console. When are you using a console and you're not connected to the internet somewhere?
When it's
A lot.
impractical to do so.
A lot? Really?
The 360 sitting here next to me does not have wireless, so I don't bother.
But in general, you
Welcome
see a
to
person
college
with a
campuses
console.
across the country.
Fair.
No, I'm saying that's an issue. You're talking about their main core demographic. Part of their main core demographic is on campuses in the country, and they
Oh,
can
yeah.
Oh
play
yeah.
on Xbox Live or PSN.
Anyway, do
Remember,
continue.
the core, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, continue.
So the whole thing is it's always online, and they're trying to do the environment and the story will maneuver around how the players fight and how the players maneuver. Although it sounds like everybody's going to be on the same side to start off with. So I'm not sure how that's going to change as time goes on.
So it's going to
Because
be progressive.
Yeah, it's going to be progressive, but it sounds like everybody's going to start off. You are a person who's defending the city. You get to defend the city from the aliens. And from what Rec has been showing me, there are raids, there are PvE, and there is PvP. So it's going to play like a shooter in an MMO environment.
So like Firefall.
Never played Firefall.
Or PlanetSide, or Dust, or
Right, but for a console.
which is crap. Just
I don't know. If,
Well,
if,
man,
any-
that's
if
just like
anybody could,
your
if
opinion.
anybody could do it, I would say Bungie could do it.
I'm not saying that they can't do it. What I'm saying is they show a demo, and I watched a little bit of this video that somebody posted.
Oh, they didn't show shit.
No. But what they did
link it in
show
chat,
was that
Justin.
people were participating in the ARG piece to it, right? And this dude is on his fucking PC. Why can't he use his PC to play the game? Oh, because they're not going to release it on the PC, because they're short fucking sighted.
Yeah, but
I
if they did release it on the PC and they said it was what did I do?
Nothing.
If they released it on the PC and they said that it's always online, and they're trying to, because what they're trying to sell it as is it's the next Halo.
It's
When
not
it's
going to run in
not.
the background, though.
It's not the next fucking Halo. It's going to be a completely unique experience, completely different than Halo. Although that's what they're trying to sell it as.
Right, now I understand that because they're trying to get their gamer base that play Halo to play it. Now, here's your 3 problems. First of all, the Halo fan base are a bunch of the casual gamers that we talk about. Mostly, I'm generalizing here because it's a lot easier to generalize with these scenarios. They like playing matchmaking. They like watching. They want to be MLG pro. There are people who are like groups of friends who just play among themselves. But the Halo demographic are, casual Xbox 360 players. That is the demographic.
So they're trying to pull more from their marathon core group of immersive game players and problem solvers, I think. Trying to engage them with this ARG element.
There's the thing that they've hinted at that it's going to be cross-gen play.
Cross-gen?
Good luck with that shit.
There's not going to be it's because it's so late in the 360 and the PS3's life cycle that they're trying to say that they're releasing it now, so you can play it now on the current gen consoles. But then they're also going to release.
To make it cross-gen. Like, who's going to be getting rid of their PS3? Like,
it's the same thing they did with Halo 2/3. Halo 2 was made for the 360, but then they were told, no, we're going to release the 360 later. And so they had to cram it into the Xbox original. So you see, like, all those... The thing with Halo 2 where you see all the texture glitches and shit like that, that's because it was supposed to be on the 360. So they're going to have similar texture glitches, I think, in this game. Because, as I said, there's no loading screens again. At all.
So, I mean, Is
it going to be instant-based? Instance-based?
No, it's going to be one giant. So the battles will be, their own little zones that you load up. But the city will be everybody's in it at the same time on the Xbox, and the PS3 has their own version, I think.
Holy shit, that server strain.
Yeah. They're gonna on day one will be unplayable. Saying it now.
Yeah.
Day 1, try month 1. Are you kidding me? Because all the fucking Xbox, if they're trying to get all the fucking Halo gamers to come play it, they're gonna do that. But here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying. This game, it is too, in my opinion, it looks like it is going to be too immersive for the demographic that usually plays the game that they're after. It sounds like a really cool concept. I just don't think. I don't believe that the. What?
Brennan, I trust what you're saying there. I see what you're trying to say, but I don't know if you've taken into account our peers of Halo.
There's our peers.
Oh yes. Oh yes, and they're not a small demographic either. They're pretty fucking huge.
No.
These are guys who go into games, custom games, with 16 other people in the server, the maximum number of people, and they set up towns. They set up towns stuff. So immersive.
Chocolate, you're not allowed to complain about that.
Immersive they can do.
I reserve the right to complain about anything related to it.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Honestly, this is one of those things where I'm gonna have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, and
because I just don't. I think it's really ambitious. I don't know.
I think it's going to succeed I honestly think it's going to succeed where Dust failed for a very simple fucking reason. Marketing. Marketing.
Dust hasn't even been started yet.
I know.
You can't even say anything.
Like, that's Destiny is like really, really, really in there as far as viral goes.
Here's the major difference between what you just said and what the reality is. You're talking about the company CCP. CCP are a bunch of insolent motherfuckers who live in Iceland. Love the guys. Awesome fucking company. But they don't give a fuck about what their demographic is or who's playing their game. They literally could have 100 people playing Dust, and they would still be okay with it. because those 100 people would still probably spend enough money to make up the entirety of their budget for the development of that game. And furthermore, the people in space in EVE would more than make up for it money-wise.
Right.
CCP is one of those companies that will continue to make this game and not give a fuck. And furthermore, Dust isn't even out of beta yet.
I know, but is Dust going to have a subscription on it? Or
No.
is it going to have the free-to-play with items you can buy?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, they'll probably still make their money.
Yeah, they will, because they've already made most of it, if I recall correctly.
And
Because
I
people have already
personally
been
believe
buying
subscription
stuff
is a
for it.
dying breed anyway. Just
Yeah, it is.
Subscription is definitely a dying breed. I mean, there's a few
People need to
things-
do micro purchases right though.
Shit, we didn't talk about the news, but Crytek said that by 2015, they're going completely free-to-play.
Which one's Crytek?
The people who made Crysis,
Oh yeah. Really? Even
Yep.
for their release titles?
everything, 100% free-to-play.
They're nerds.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's cool.
I'm interested to see how that'll work.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying,
Hey, Deadpool. Like, can you real quick just go over like the genre and like content that we're going to be expecting out of Destiny? Because I think that's pretty important.
first-person shooter, massive world that changes as time goes on, depending on player interaction. Very good story because it's fucking Bungie. That they're not trying to eat her off to the Halo fans. I mean, it's not.
I'm just the thing is if they want to get the player base to follow, they have to attract the Halo fans, and I'm not sure how they're gonna do it because I think the game is too much. I think the game itself is a very ambitious concept, and I just don't think that the demographic that buys Halo is gonna look for that sort of game.
Yeah, but as Valve said, they're not trying to sell this game to 17 and 20-year-olds because Valve. I just heard this in an
Don't buy
interview the other
anything.
week,
Right.
which is so
No,
stupid. They sold their game specifically for the 12-year-old market.
Right, because gamers are stupid.
Yeah.
And they have the attention spans of goldfish. That is what we have created. That is what our community has done. Our community has made us look generalized like goldfish attention span people.
Speaking of short attention spans, I just got distracted by an image of a hedgehog being brushed with a toothbrush.
Oh, I've seen that. Hold on.
See?
We do have a podcast. Okay. So, in closing, it's Bungie. The story could either be... The story's going to be great. I don't see what problems people have with it, generally. Oh, should we add Brightside?
No.
The story's going to be great.
Too late. Too late.
This is podcast right now. We are in our normal podcast mode, or we have a podcast that is full of people at the moment.
Sorry, Brightside.
Sorry, Brightside.
So it's gonna be shooters. We're not sure if there's any aliens yet. We've seen people in power armor, but we haven't seen like anything past semi-humanoid. But so if you like Bungie, definitely get it. If you don't like Bungie, then oh well. But it's on the PS3 as well, so there's that. I was going to talk about something
Which I thought
but
was
that'll-
interesting.
Yeah,
But also, it's on the PS3 and on the PC, which is absolutely just seriously.
I totally fucking thought up until the announcement today that it was going to be on PC.
Well,
Oh well. All right, so that's Destiny, guys.
Thank you.
cool. Thank you, Deadpool, for that enriching discussion. So let's move along to. I guess we can do a little bit of commentary here because obviously the one thing that we were just talking is the whole concept with next gen, and obviously we talked about Sony already. Let's just swing it a little bit over to what we know about the Microsoft thing so far. We don't know exactly what it's called, but there was a post today. Was it a Twitter post?
Yeah,
that was a Twitter post. That was a picture taken from that Destiny video.
Mm-hmm.
That said, what did it say? Xbox Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That seems like the Xenon. You remember what they were calling the 360? They
Well,
called it
no,
the
but we
Xenon.
already have a code name for the 360. We already have a code name for the new console. It's called the Durango. Remember?
Oh,
Durango.
Right,
The
because
Django. Durango Unchained.
So do we have two? Do we have two code names
I would-
for it?
I wouldn't be
Is there
fucking
a diff-
surprised.
The Beverly D'Angelo.
Here's the thing, right? If they actually call it Infinity, and if they actually call it Infinity,
What do you follow that up with?
what do you follow that up with? We're gonna have the Xbox Infinity 360, or the Xbox, or the Xbox
Black
Infinity
Hole.
2, or the Xbox Universe? Like,
Why bother?
Infinity plus
Xbox
one, obviously.
Multiverse.
Oh man.
yeah, so Infinity plus one, because we can already count to that number.
Yeah.
If they call it
shit.
the Xbox Infinity, I'm gonna just be like, well,
Shit.
shit, I can't believe they did that.
Hey, look,
Go-
Paula Abdul.
Yeah, basically, like I'm gonna ADD like a goldfish.
No, Paula Abdul is on his stream.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's Paul Abdul. Awesome. Okay.
I refuse.
So that's what we know about the name. More specifically to the actual topic of discussion, it's a little more on the interesting side. There was that report that came out. I think it was a Wall Street Journal, report that stated that the new Xbox was going to have a Kinect camera that was going to follow you in your room and look at you all of the time.
That bothers me.
But
Isn't that just a little creepy? I mean,
Yeah, that's a bit creepy.
Connect already has lasers everywhere.
HAL 2000.
Now, have we all seen the Xbox holodeck?
no.
Yes,
Oh,
What is the
man.
Xbox holodeck?
it's nifty,
Deadpool, please.
but doesn't really have any practical applications yet.
Kelly, it's the fucking holodeck. How dare you?
Okay.
So what
It's
it
more
does-
like freaking. It's
What
like
does it do? Is it
it's
just fucking green
a
screen?
slightly interactive laser show that would be.
Oh.
Basically, Brennan, so you're looking at your screen, right? And you know how the games have
Sure.
shit going on around your screen, even though you don't
Yeah,
see
sure.
it.
Yeah,
So it projects everything in your entire room.
Okay.
So you're still only doing the stuff on the screen, but you can like look to your right, literally, and then look to your screen, and then look to the right, and see what
Okay, yeah,
we're
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're
Okay.
looking to your right, you're not looking at your screen, so even if it does pan the camera over, you won't be able to tell.
Let's see it. Yeah. I mean, unless your fucking TV
Oh.
starts following you around the room.
I thought you meant it projected holograms.
Anyways, that's kind of silly.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's the first step towards a functional holodeck. That's all I'm saying.
I took my painkillers, so I'm probably going to be really stupid for a bit.
Okay, fair enough. No, but
Flying, you're
honestly,
never stupid.
yeah, no, right. But I mean, honestly, I'm not that to me instantly, unless if the game if the Xbox 360 is inoperable without the Kinect, I am going to be very sad because I will not
I'll
buy
be
one.
so fucking pissed off.
I will
Oh,
not be
okay,
buying
okay.
one.
Here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a camera in the Xbox.
Probably.
That's how they're
Then-
going to do it.
Okay, if they put a camera in the Xbox, if I
That's
end
gonna
up
up the
ever
price.
buying one, which I probably won't, but if I ever end up
Duct tape
buying
that
one,
shit.
there will be duct tape on my Kinect.
And
There
then
is a
there will be a
reason-
big error message on your
Yeah.
console.
There is a reason, and then
You'll
I
have,
will,
you'll
and
have
then
to
I will
turn it
take,
on by raising your arm and going.
and then I will
Xbox.
take my Xbox. I will be taking my Xbox Universe or Infinity or whatever the fuck it's called, and putting it back into the fucking box and taking it back to the store and saying, "Take this piece of shit. I do not want it."
So mad. You bought it just so you could return it.
Yeah, that is the reason I will have bought it. I will buy it just to return it.
But Skynet.
I mean, yeah, but
Don't you
realistically
wanna-
speaking, no. No.
Not even ironic.
No, but anyways, what else? The 300, 500 gig hard drive. Woo, Xbox. Woo. We already had
My
our
PS3 has my friend's PS3 has that already.
Yeah. Woo.
Xbox.
Congratulations. Welcome to the modern age. Blu-ray disc,
Oh.
probably. I mean, I wouldn't see how they'd come up with their own standards, so we're going to see Blu-ray discs on Xboxes for once.
Finally.
So
Doesn't
will that mean
Sony
you can
own
jailbreak your Xbox to play PS3 games?
There will be people asking that at GameStop, trust me.
Oh, yes. So wait, doesn't Sony own the format Blu-ray?
No,
I thought they
no,
did.
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a conglomerate that Sony is a part of, but
Oh,
Sony
okay.
does not own the actual format. They were the producer of all of the lasers at one point, but they stopped doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. The Xbox Durango will have HD DVD format because it lost, but they're bringing it back.
It'll play
you
laser
hope-
discs.
Yeah, might as well while we're at it. Play some fucking laser discs.
Jesus.
HD DVD.
Let's see, what else? Multitasking is apparently up for grabs on that, which... Does anybody really care? I mean, if you're playing a RPG, do you really need to multitask?
Steam did it first, and Steam did it best, and Steam will always be the ones in my heart.
I don't know, man. Origin's pretty fucking good.
Get Get out, sir!
Origin.
No.
Wow.
Terrible.
What else? And the install once and never be able to use the disc again program.
Oh,
Which
fuck
seems
that.
to be-
Fuck
seems to be a
that.
possibility. All of these rumors are possible for the Microsoft system.
That will result in pitchforks and torches, man. That's
Butt hurt.
I don't know. I know it's moving that way. I don't know if Xbox is going to take the first dive on it. We'll see.
The primary market is teenage kids who do not have a lot of money. Making them pay $60 100% of the time will not increase your marketplace.
I agree, but good luck convincing somebody else of that.
However, moving to digital distribution might do the same thing and
Yeah,
work better.
I think we did have that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the concept they're trying to go on. Whether or not they will, we'll see. All right. We have some shocking news. Sega is releasing a console.
Oh no!
Bullshit.
Are they? What?
Bullshit.
Well, sort of. They're releasing branded laptops.
Oh,
Brennan,
Sony,
you know,
so Sega
sometimes
announced,
you're a dick.
Sega announced today. I know, right? Sega announced today branded laptops. They have a Dreamcast one. They have a Sega Saturn one, and they have a Sega Genesis one, and they have a generic Sega looking one, which looks kind of nice. They're all overpriced.
It's going to be that circular kind of
No,
Genesis button. Oh man, because I kind of want that.
they're all the regular size laptops. They didn't show any pictures of the actual keyboards or anything, which was interesting. But it looks generic laptops with an interesting back to it. The unfortunate thing is that the cost is significantly beyond what it should be.
Is it
and
more
it
than
is very
$600?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
They're
Not,
Put the
they're not
specifications
worth.
on.
Trust me, they're not worth the money that they're actually asking for them. If I recall correctly, I think they were talking about in the range of $1,000, anywhere between $1,100 and $2,100. And they're all
Will
going to
get
be powered.
buyers though, like.
Yeah, they're all going to be powered by a Pentium 2020M processor, which is basically a bag of dicks.
I just had the mental thought, like.
Which is very unfortunate because the concept is interesting. I'm hoping, and Venom hit the nail on the head. My hopes and dreams are that they're doing this to raise funding so they can make another console.
Why didn't they just Kickstarter?
Fuck if I know. That's what they should do. Somebody needs to reach out to Sega and go,
If they're
hey,
not
do a
Americans,
fucking
they don't
Kickstarter.
know.
And here's what they could do. Here's what they could do, right? They can make it so the console will be a fucking cartridge-based console again. It would be fucking awesome.
Each console, each
Flash
cartridge
memory
is flash
cheap as
memory.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
each
just
cartridge is
SD.
flash memory. Use like basically,
Oh,
but make
shit.
it like make it an actual sized cartridge. Make it like a Game Boy sized.
Yeah,
cartridge
it's fucking huge. It's just this little thing inside. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome, dude. I would
Didn't the
line
Neo
in.
Geo do
I would
that?
line
One
up
of
in
the
the
Neo
cold
Geos?
for 6 days to fucking do that. I would totally buy one, and I would have absolutely no regrets whatsoever.
If it ran on these like weird ass fucking macro SD cards, I could see that working. Just so they weren't small enough that you wouldn't lose them all the time. Like, oh no, I vacuumed out the living room, lost a couple games.
Yeah.
No, it has to be cartridges. They have to fit it in Genesis boxes, otherwise it won't work for me.
Damn it. No.
I want a bookcase full of fucking Sega Super System cartridges, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. I don't care.
All right. Hear me out.
Okay.
A small computer that generally is the basic function of a Super Game Boy, but it reads SD cards. So you can emulate. You can emulate.
No emulation. They won't do emulation. Unfortunately, they won't do emulation. But, I thought that was a. I thought it was a cool concept. I was interested. I was interested in the story. Unfortunately,
wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. Absolutely. I would love for Sega to come back in the market. I'd actually love for any company to come back in the market. I had this really cool thought process. Like, what if? Hear me out. What if NEC, which is dead, but no matter, Neo Geo and Sega formed a mega system and just made some like baller ass fucking console? The only problem is it would probably cost like $6,000 and run on gas.
And it would run on batteries for 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, it would run on batteries. There was no plug-in, only batteries. There you go.
Batteries.
That would be funny as shit. that would be funny as shit. But unfortunately, unfortunately we know that'll never happen.
Sega is still
moment of silence for Sega and NEC.
Yes, and Neo Geo. All right. Well, I think we've covered. That was all of the news that we wanted to cover this week. What else do we want to talk about?
Can we actually talk about Aliens, Colonial Marines now? Because
do
that's
we have to?
No.
Do we really have to?
No, I don't think we have to. I think people want to join the call and add in conversation pieces, so I think we have enough time to do that. Let me.
Wait, can I talk about my idea?
Yes.
Cool.
Deadpool don't have ideas.
Chocolate! Shut the fuck up! Oh my God.
We got about 15.
Anyways.
We got about 15 to. We got about blah 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 blah. We got about 15 to 20 minutes. Wow,
We got about Tricky Dicky Wiggy.
I'm gonna edit that part out of the fucking podcast. I swear. We got about 15 minutes or so before we want to kind of do the wrap up sort of thing. Deadpool,
Okay.
what is this thing you're talking about? You have an idea. What is your idea?
So the idea I had is that before the end of the month, this weekend would have been awesome had we done a podcast somehow, and if we had taken this podcast back a week and then said next weekend we're going to do this. Okay. But I guess we can just set it up for March. But anyways,
okay.
We all get together, all of VGZ, and we put it in the topic and we put it everywhere else, that this one day, this one time, for like however many hours you can do it, 6 hours is the total amount of time we'd be doing it, but you could be there for an hour or a half hour or whatever.
So
and we all
it's however much you can do, but it's 6 hours.
6 hours total, you butt.
Okay.
And it's like we all just get together and we play an MMO, or we play a fighting game together, or we play some stupid browser-based game together.
A free to play.
Oh yes,
That's an
I remember we were talking about this.
That's an important
free to
thing
play.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to do nothing.
I remember we were talking about this idea. I like this idea, and I definitely think we should plan it out, and we should definitely do it. And I'm more than willing to put as much effort as I possibly can behind it. Maybe we can pick a day, whenever, and go for it. I like the idea. It could be a Nexon game. It could be anything. But the key is that it is a free to play game, and the entirety of the VGZ community will overtake it and kill people in it, or do whatever it should do in the game.
Not forever, just for a few hours.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
get
just
a
for a few
reputation.
hours. maybe have some informal stuff afterwards for the month going. I like the idea. I think we should try to do it, and I think people will do it. I don't see why people won't.
As soon as fucking Marvel Heroes releases, we're playing that. Fucking as soon as that releases.
Soon, TM.
Because that's free to play, and it's an MMO, so...
Yeah, we can play Eve.
What about the DC one?
What about the DC one? Oh,
that's free to play.
Yes, it is. And I have a level 30 character. Oh, God. Actually, I think we have, like, 6 level 30s in VGZ.
I don't remember what level that was.
Awful.
Okay, alright. So that's my idea.
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll keep talking about it and talk it up and plan out a week in March to do it, and we'll do it that way. All right.
Cool.
All right. So I'm going to add Venom to the call. He did want to add in something, so we'll add him in for a couple of minutes and then kick him out like we have in the past. So
we're going to judge you harshly, Venom.
We are going to judge him harshly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that. Venom?
All right.
Hello. Deadpool's dying.
Cool, the game just ended, so I have time to talk about this. Alright, have you guys already talked about Steam being on Linux? I only came in about halfway through.
We have not.
No, we haven't because I don't know, I won't say old news, but it's kind of old news.
Well, yeah, I mean it officially released, quote-unquote.
Yeah, Venom, I've been living that for the past few days, and I found out that this computer that I have, I can't install other operating systems on it.
Yeah, I heard about that. And you were asking AA, help! Anyways, so on that regard, there's a huge deal on Steam on games that can cross-play Linux, and PSA DEF CON is $2.75 or $2.50, and if you don't buy it, I don't know why you wouldn't.
And Killing Floor is on sale for $5, I think.
Yeah.
I already own DEF CON. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I have like 3 or 4 copies of DEF CON.
Yeah, same. I have a physical copy, and I have a digital copy, and I have a pirated copy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I know I have a pirated copy. I'm pretty sure I have a Steam copy, and then I'm pretty sure I also have an extra Humble Indie Bundle copy lying around somewhere.
I can't get enough of DEF CON. That's just like
How could you not own DEF CON at this point? It's a game that they took from an idea that was in a movie, and they made it into a game.
Successfully, without making
What is it? War Games?
War Games. Yeah.
Alright. Since I feel the need to go to Game Politics and tell you guys all the stuff, EA and Zynga have settled their Vil/Sims lawsuit.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
I saw that.
They settled it, and it was basically Zynga gave EA $1 billion, and EA was like, "Thanks."
This'll work. Put it in the coffers.
Yeah, this'll work. Put it in my pocket. My pocket that already has 20.
Polly in my pocket.
Polly.
Chuck, you really need to stop taking drugs. Valve says they're not canceling any projects despite their surprising yet not surprising layoffs. Oh, Apple apparently does not own the iPhone brand in Brazil.
Yeah, I saw that. Laugh my ass off.
Yeah, I saw that, and I about fell over laughing.
Although there's definitely going to be a legal battle over that.
Oh, you damn well know it.
I don't know, it's Brazil. They'll probably just send people over there to shoot people. God damn.
Wait.
I was just about to say that, Brandon. You stole it.
Stole my thunder.
Kickstarter got a mobile app on Apple devices, so now you can beg for money on the go.
Awesome. When I beg for money, I don't always beg for money, but when I do, it's on.
I do it with my hipster mobile device.
Yes, there you go.
Hipsters just got more hipster.
Sent from my iPhone 5.
This doesn't surprise me, but it makes me angry all the same. The U.S. government supports RIAA and Supreme Court file sharing case, which is the only one to be heard by the Supreme Court, by the way, and it's been the longest going. It's been going on since 2008.
Yeah, that didn't surprise me.
Or not 08, 10. So 3 years, basically.
Okay.
Eve Fan Fest 2013 is sold out, and it's sold out
in 2 days.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me. As somebody who's part of that community, it does not surprise me because crazy fucking Russians.
Yeah. GameStop's to close 250 stores in 2013.
Yeah.
250 stores. Holy
yeah,
shit.
250. Mostly satellite stores. They're kind of doing a similar thing to what Best Buy did last year. Not surprising. I mean, I remember I talked about it on stream
like
before.
Stores in malls and shit.
In my college town in Harrisonburg, Virginia, which is in the middle of nowhere in Virginia, there are 3 GameStops in this within a mile of each other.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. There's a GameStop across the street from another GameStop.
Yeah, there's a GameStop across the street from a Walmart, and then if you go out to the light, there's a GameStop at the shopping center that's across the way on the light, and then if you go up to the mall, there's a GameStop in the mall, and the mall is like 2 lights down from where the fucking Walmart is.
I wish I could disgust myself with my voice more, because there's a GameStop, and then across the street there's a Starbucks, and then across the street from that there's a GameStop, and then across the street from that there's another fucking Starbucks at one intersection.
It's GameStops and Starbucks, man.
The ride never ends.
Yeah.
I can see where they're going with the mobile gaming, because they're they're trying to cater to the mobile. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick just to mention this as Brightside just gave us the inside tip. Apparently, Watch Dogs will be up for pre-order at GameStop this Monday or Tuesday. They already have cover art for it in the store. Did that cover art happen to have any console names on it, Brightside? Just curious. Interesting that this game that we're pretty sure was going to be next generation, although they said they wanted to put it on all generations, which is sort of similar to the Destiny thing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's cross-generation.
Interesting. Cross-generation shit. 360, PS3 for sure, and PC. It didn't have any. You didn't have any other boxes or stickers or anything.
Crossfire.
Crossfire.
I think they're going to dumb down. I think for sure they're going to dumb down the graphics in those games for the 360 PS3 generation.
Yeah.
But for the PC, it's going to be way the fuck up, and it's the same thing for the next generation.
Yeah. No, and actually, that would make me really excited. I'm hoping that they all can play in the same world, but I know that won't happen. I know. Hey, maybe at least the PC and the PS3 could.
That would be fucking nice.
Because Sony doesn't give a fuck at all.
Here's how much Sony doesn't give a fuck. A former Microsoft vice president said the Xbox was meant to stop Sony.
Yeah, I read that.
I'm like, so they finally admit it.
Like fucking Ivan Drago.
The funny thing is, and this is something that, and it gets lost every now and then, but the install base for the PS3 is the same of that of the 360 now.
Yep.
So Microsoft slowly but surely lost their lead. It took 6 years.
Took a while, but it
happened. It happened eventually, which did not happen with the Xbox and the PS2.
It's happening.
And I'm interested to see. It happened. I think I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with this next gen, because it really is going to be a very, like, we were all joking, like, I think remember when the PS3 was launched, I remember talking to people and going, this generation isn't that big a deal. It's a good step up. Everybody's going to be excited. There's going to be a lot of really interesting stuff. But this generation, there's this feel that I can't shake, that this generation is going to be the last unless something drastically changes. Anybody else have that feeling?
It's going to be... Well, Nintendo will live. Nintendo will survive the nuclear fallout.
Yeah, Nintendo could survive.
As always.
They're going to exist as a gaming company still, but I think the Microsoft is going to finally just be like, okay, we've poured $100 billion into this, and we got $120 billion back. Made up numbers.
Fun, guys, bye.
It's been fun, but we're not making double our money.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more things. The Kinect has surpassed the GameCube in lifetime sales figures.
God,
that's sad.
That's apples and oranges. That's a stupid statistic.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta agree with Callie here. You're talking about a peripheral.
I'm a fan
which
of both
is
of
a
them.
novelty item. I mean,
it also breaks and has to be replaced.
Let's be real right here. Let's be solidly real right here. The Kinect is a novelty item.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Pure and simple.
And it was bundled as such. It's like, hey, you don't have to have this, but it's a great idea if you do.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's interesting now, if you had told me that it had outsold the PS2's total lifetime, I might be slightly impressed.
Yes.
But that's never going to happen ever in the history of humanity ever.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying that the Kinect is a bad piece of technology.
Oh no,
it's a really great piece of technology.
It's
People have done some really cool things with it. But it's a gimmick.
Oh
it
yeah,
is an absolute gimmick
by definition. And I'm not trying to downplay it at all either. I mean, it's the fact that I've seen. You know how they had that like Kinect for PC thing where they had them using the Kinect in like a fucking hospital, and I actually have seen that. That's how they did my grandmother's operation to remove kidneys or tumors from her kidneys. I was about to say kidneys from her tumors.
Wait,
I'm sorry. I really hope your grandmother's okay. Like,
no, that happened like a couple of months ago. She's fine. It's just I was about to say, let's see what else. Oh, and The Legend of Zelda: Hyrule Historia has topped the New York Times bestsellers list, and the Amazon bestsellers list.
I own a copy.
And I am not surprised at all. Not just because of the Zelda fan base, but because of how integral of a series it is in gaming history.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It doesn't.
Something. Yeah,
it's something everyone has some sort of relation to, whether they have played the Zelda game or not. They have some story about Zelda, either about a friend who's played Zelda or a relative or themselves, one way or another.
Yeah, and also, the really interesting thing too is that, oh fuck, I lost track of what I was gonna say. Motherfucker,
I lost it.
I lost it. Oh no, it's gone. Wait, what were we talking about? What was the topic?
We're talking about how Zelda is so integral in games.
Oh, and the book's written by Miyamoto, so it's basically
I'm
gold. It's basically fucking gold. I mean, that's all there is to it.
And it's written about it's written like the history of Hyrule. I haven't actually heard about it.
Nintendo is once again printing money in various forms.
Printing money.
Although the Wii U needs to do some stuff before it starts printing money.
Yeah.
Just wait until the Zelda comes out for it.
Yeah, I know.
Did they do a book kind of like that with Metal Gear Solid? I forget. Wasn't it part of like the 20th anniversary or something?
I don't think
if they didn't, they really should. Because goddamn, that story is confusing, and Kojima needs to get his shit.
What they did release was the MGS database.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like I
heard
from a friend of mine in an R&D department. Well, not R&D, but like he works at a security contractor.
Yeah, my dad works at Sony too, man.
Shut up. Sony. He works. I mean, this is MGS kind of related, not really. They are actually developing something like a codec.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
No,
like in a two-way communicator kind of way, or in a it vibrates the small bones in your ears so only you can hear it kind of way.
And like a vibrates the small, well, not that deep in your skull, but like it's deep within. It's like in the middle of the ear canal, so that it's not going to make any noise except to you.
Yeah, we have those. They're called throat mics and headsets.
Yeah, but this isn't visible.
Don't be a smartass.
Tell me why.
That does sound
again. It does. It really.
Arousing.
It's honestly been a long time coming.
No, yeah.
I don't
link me some info of that stuff because I'm into that.
I don't know if I should be sharing that with you either.
Oh.
I'm gonna go check my doors and the locks on my doors and make sure my doors all riled up.
Right on.
All right. But on a parting note, I do agree with Deadpool and Brennan on the free-to-play thing. Oh, and I will be trying to post on the blog more, and I will be making like a video, like not really podcast, but like a video of all the gaming news for the week or month, depending on how quickly I can get it with school and all.
Make sure you're not using stuff that's or copyrighted by other sources.
No, I make my own music, and Rec might be able to help me with that. So,
Okay.
I have only my own music to use, anyways. Like I don't even know how to import. Well, I guess that's a lie. I do, but I'm not gonna. No, don't worry. I'm not gonna get our YouTube banned. I'm looking at you, Deadpool.
Hey.
Getting 2 channels banned in the same night.
That's a record. That is a VGZ record. I'll give you that.
It wasn't me. You did twice. It was Chocolate, then me.
We worked together for America.
Pony America, United States of Pony.
For Equestria in America.
That's enough of you.
All right.
Say goodnight, Venom.
Hey guys.
All right, he's gone.
Thank you, Venom.
Thank God.
Whatever.
All right, well, that was exciting. All right, well, Brightside said he didn't want to join because we're only doing, I think we're actually just about over time. So, I want to thank everybody for watching the VGZ Podcast Version 2 Edition 3 Chapter 1 Arcade Edition 2013 Super Deluxe Turbo Edition.
Game of the Year.
GameStop version with DLC. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, GameStop version with DLC, etc. This has been Deadpool, Chocolate, Callie, Brooke, and myself, Brennan. Thank you all for watching and listening and such, and we'll see you next week.